I don't have sex or look at pornography. I don't have a bank account or any money to my name. I don't eat meat or take any form of intoxication. I don't play sports, watch movies, or eat at restaurants. I wear the same clothes every day. I wake up at 3:30 a.m., meditate for 2 hours, pray and sing to God for hours a day, read ancient scriptures for at least an hour, and engage in voluntary service 8 to 10 hours a day. And yet, I'm likely one of the happiest people you'll ever meet. Not despite these things, but because of them. But why would anyone purposely avoid enjoying life?
If you don't have sex, man, you up.
Bro, how long can you go without sex, bro?
Forever. As long as I get the money, I can go forever. I can my with $1 million.
How long could you go without it, bro?
About a day or two.
Like most people, I used to think that money and sex would bring me satisfaction. Growing up, I was always looking forward to the next big thing. Finish school, get a job, car, house, kids. That will fulfill all my desires. In middle school, they told us high school would be better. In high school, they told us university would be better. But instead, I found that I was only getting more stressed out about that which didn't seem to matter in the grand scale of things. And it turns out, I'm not alone.
And now there's a new study finding that there has been a significant rise in major depression among young people in the U.S.
How I know I had mental health problems was I pulled the trigger.
You actually pulled the trigger?
Yeah, I pulled the trigger.
I have been depressed.
I haven't told anybody that because I don't like making my problems other people's problems.
Many people feel bored and dissatisfied, unsure of how they got there and how to feel alive again. But it's a silent pandemic. While most people won't outwardly admit it, many are deeply suffering on the inside. What I found is that true happiness is out there. It's just that everyone is looking in the wrong place. I was seeking fulfillment in fleeting, temporary bursts of dopamine. Go out to that party, watch that new movie, take that vacation. But that short feeling of elation was always followed by a return to normalcy and an unsettling feeling that something was missing. While contemplating these things, a young guy with a shaved head wearing orange robes handed me a book. I didn't know it at the time, but my life had just changed completely. Inside, I found answers to all these questions that had been weighing on me for years. I gradually began practicing the principles the book spoke about and saw my life changing for the better. I stopped trying to get more and embraced the monastic life, letting go of fleeting pleasures to live a life of discipline, prayer, and service to God. You might think that I enjoy suffering, but that couldn't be further from the case. People in the past lived simple lives focused on God, even if they weren't celibate monks. We aim to control our desires and impulses. The irony is that by denying sensual pleasures, we get closer to freedom, the freedom to control our minds and desires. We discipline our minds, hearts, bodies, and attention spans to live in accordance with the desires of God, Krishna, rather than being driven by worldly whims. At the heart of it all is the understanding that, left to our own devices, we are prone to be consumed by our false ego and turn away from God. As monks, we strive to direct every aspect of our lives towards Krishna. This means centering all of our activities around Him, not just a quick prayer before bed or during times of need. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, we engage in all kinds of devotional activities like chanting the names of God, reading scriptures, associating with others on this path, and educating others. Our mornings are most important to us. This is the time in which we disengage from all outside activity and just focus on prayer from 4:30 to 9 in the morning. Without this dedicated time, everything else falls apart. How quickly life becomes about me when what I truly want is to focus on God, Krishna. This is easier said than done. We're all conditioned to follow our lower desires. And despite my intentions to do good, my mind still craves unfulfilling things. Fame, adoration, wealth, lust, laziness, self-indulgence. This is still the case even after years of discipline. To curb this, I focus on a higher purpose in life. I reflect on the rarity of human life and the grave responsibility that comes with it. I don't actually need much to be content. A place to sleep, a roof over my head, 2 meals a day, and great friends to share my life with. Without worrying about sex, I can form friendships based purely on love and not exploitation. Without material ambitions driving me, I can spend my days doing simple things like cleaning, cooking, or having conversations with a struggling student and feel good at the end of the day knowing I did something practical. This doesn't mean I'm perfect or free from material desires. I still need purification. But I can at least say that I'm genuinely trying and that this process definitely works. The purpose of these practices isn't to inflict pain, but to simplify our lives and purify our consciousness so that we can focus on God. As it says in the Bhagavad Gita, by becoming fixed in transcendental consciousness, we lose our taste for the lower things and develop a higher taste. A monastic life might seem unappealing at first. Doing the same thing every day can seem boring or dreadful, but it's like we're afflicted by jaundice, where what is sweet tastes bitter. The cure to this condition is sugar candy, and within a short time, you'll be able to taste that sweetness. With practice, discipline, and being in proper association, you'll find that these things bring you true bliss. Where do you start? You don't have to become a monk tomorrow to experience this happiness, but it's important to build the right foundation in your spiritual life. We actually hold programs for anyone to visit us for a weekend and learn how to implement this lifestyle to the level you're comfortable with. When you're around others who are serious about the goal of life, you'll naturally become more like them. Trust me, you won't feel stuck anymore.